a comedy drama about vets, with its stunning Yorkshire Dales backdrop, adorable animals, fundamentally decent characters, and lack of sex, bad language or violence, is like luxuriating in a warm bath of pre-Second World War nostalgia. As the new series opens, however, it's 1939 and the clouds of global conflict are gathering darkly on the horizon. Even so, there's much to make you wish that life was still like that. I think this is part of its appeal, smiles actor Nicholas Ralph, 32, who plays James Herriot. It's gentle, it's warm, it's funny at times. There are no villains and it harks back to a more innocent time. It's the kind of show where whole families can sit down and watch together, grandparents, parents and the kids, and that doesn't happen much these days. There simply aren't many TV dramas like it. The original BBC show was based on the books of James Herriot, the pen name of Vet Alf White, and became one of TV's biggest hits, running over 7 series, totaling 90 episodes, from 1978 to 1990. It was the classic Sunday evening, a cup of cocoa drama about the adventures of a young Yorkshire vet with a cast of characters loved around the world. Sunderland-born White, who died aged 78 in 1995, practiced in the Dales for almost 50 years and wrote 8 books in his All Creatures series, alongside many other works for adults and children. So there is no shortage of material. The remake premiered in 2021, marking the 50th anniversary of the first book, If Only They Could Talk, with a new cast. Christopher Timothy, Robert Hardy and Peter Davison starred in the original as, respectively, James, Siegfried and Tristan, and updated storylines, but was soon winning the same sort of plaudits as its predecessor. Viewers especially love seeing James and fellow vet Siegfried, based on practice owner Donald Sinclair, White's boss and now played by Sam West, and Tristan Farnham, Callum Woodhouse, getting up close and personal with the animals. So just how hands-on are they really? Obviously we don't perform real procedures, Nicholas laughs. We're not allowed to and wouldn't know where to start. But I'm very good at carrying out basic checks with a stethoscope at the beginning of an examination, heart, lungs, and stomach. The cows have been hand-reared and are used to being around people, although we did have a runaway one during filming this time around. Callum is equally impressed by the cow's acting ability, and jokes if there's a pig you can be sure he's a real ham. It's always a marvel to me how the animal department gets the cows to perform in a certain way, he explains. I don't want to give too many secrets, but say a cow is supposed to have a problem with her foot, they'll train the cow to not put weight on that foot. I have no idea how it's done, but all the farm animals on set have been reared by hand. We also have a real-life vet, Andy Barrett, who's constantly on set. Andy worked with the real Siegfried Farnham, so there's a very strong link between the real-life past and our production. But what happens when there's a storyline about a cow requiring surgery? They're not operated on for real, surely. Absolutely not, Callum confirms. Apart from anything else, it's illegal. We use prosthetic models for close-up shots of animal surgery. The woman who makes the models also makes dead bodies for police dramas. She's amazing. I may be biased, but I don't think you can tell we're using models instead of real animals. It's seamless. Callum is also very impressed by the acting skills of Mrs. Pumphrey's spoilt Pekingese, Tricky Woo, played by doggy thespian, Derek. Oh, he's a natural, Callum continues. He almost performs on cue. When he's not on camera, he stays quietly in the background, but when he's on and Patricia Hodge, playing the indulged dog's wealthy owner Mrs. Pumphrey, starts talking to him, he'll begin doing his little grumbles and making his unique tricky woo sounds. I really wanted my own dog, a cockapoo, to be in the series, but then it was pointed out to me that there was no such thing as a cockapoo in the 1930s. The series, set in fictional Darrowby in the Yorkshire Dales, and filmed once more on location in Grassington, North Yorkshire, has serious issues to tackle as James, now a joint partner with Siegfried in the practice, looks to take on more responsibility while torn by the feeling he should be joining those preparing for war. In a trailer, James wonders how he can, in good conscience, watch those young lads go off to their training while I stay here. He is reassured by newly qualified vet Tristan that he will protect more lives with the new Ministry of Agriculture bovine tuberculosis testing program that he has taken on, than with a gun. It is against that backdrop of turmoil that he will have to resolve his relationship with girlfriend Helen Alderson, Rachel Shenton, which had its ups and downs in the first two series when she nearly married another man. In this series, spoiler alert, wedding bells are imminent for James and Helen. About time, too, you might think. But may we assume that all things nuptial don't exactly go to plan? I can't say too much, laughs Nicholas. However, when I read the script I was grinning like a Cheshire cat from start to finish. The wedding is absolutely brilliant. Not only is it everything you would hope it would be romance-wise, it's also touching and very funny. It's widely acknowledged that Helen has the most enviable wardrobe on the show. So, what's her wedding gown like? It was specially made for me, explains actress Rachel. It's very much of its time and is absolutely beautiful. The real Helen, whose name was Joan White, was something of a trendsetter. She was the first woman in her village to ever wear trousers, and in the 1930s that was pretty bold. She loves her dungarees and corduroys and two-pieces. Some of Helen's clothes are originals from the 1930s while others, such as the wedding dress, are created by the wonderful costume department. Helen is not the only character fated by the costumiers. Callum is a big fan of Tristan's sartorial style. I really love his clothes. In fact, I wish men still dressed like him. I'd like to wear his suits in real life, but people would wonder why I was dressed like Tristan, plus all that Will is very hot in warm weather. Tristan's suits are mainly hired, but a couple of his signature tank tops were actually knitted for me and sent in by viewers. I'm thinking of wearing them as myself, perhaps to a Sunday brunch or something. Talking of food, Rachel, Callum and Nicholas come over a little misty-eyed when talking about the grub that's served up when the residents of Skelldale House, the fictional home of the vets, sit down for a slap-up full English, high tea or Sunday roast. It's simply delicious and you just can't stop eating it, says Rachel, 34. Often when the scene's been wrapped, we all still carry on eating. Oh, the breakfasts. Sighs Callum, 28. The sausages, the bacon. They're just so good. There's no need for on-set catering when we're filming a breakfast scene. When the director shouts cut at the end of a scene, the entire crew descends on the kitchen table and gets stuck in. We have a home economist who cooks the food on set and makes it look like it would have done in the 1930s. I'm afraid I put on weight during filming because of the delicious farmhouse-style food and had to go on a bit of a detox after we wrapped. Nicholas also overindulged on one occasion. While Cal was the one who really got stuck into the Yorkshire puddings, I remember being absolutely starving while we were filming one particular scene around the kitchen table, he admits. The table was groaning with loads of fresh bread, local cheese and pork pies, and I just couldn't stop eating any of it. I was absolutely stuffed by the end of that scene. All Creatures Great and Small begins on Channel 5 at 9 p.m. on Thursday.